Today, we're going to be taking a look at 4 different examples of using case statements within SQL. Now, if you come from any other programming background, they're kind of like if, else, or then statements, except within SQL, you're going to be printing the results to a specific column within a table. All right, let's start going over these examples. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys how to write out a case statement, but we're going to be going through this first example. So what I want to do is print out the full league name for each specific team from this table over here called baseball stats. So you can see over here, I have a player, I have a team, and then I have a league. And over here, we just have AL or NL. Well, for each of these teams, like the Angels, I would like to have it printed American League, Yankees, American League, Padres, National League, Phillies, National League, Dodgers, National League, and Rays, American League. And a question like this would be really, really good to utilize a case statement with. So let's modify this select star from baseball stats. And there's a few different methods that we could go with this. I'm also going to remove the star over here. First thing that you need to do with a case statement is start off by just writing case. So we're going to do case. And I always like indenting mine over just so that it's a lot easier to read. And then we do case when. And then let's think about this. So we need to look at our specific league column. So league equals, and then in single quotes, I'm just going to put AL like that. And I'll put then, I'm going to put also in single quotes, American League. And I'm going to just lower the case to M. Okay. And now we're going to write our case statement for the National League. So I could technically just end this case statement because there's only 2 leagues in baseball, but in case that there's an error within this table or data has been inputted incorrectly, I'm going to add that at the very end. So when you have multiple arguments with a case statement, all you do is go down another line and then just pretty much type the same thing. So I'm going to just type in when league equals NL. I'm going to say then National League. Just like that. Okay, now here's where you're going to put your else. So at the very end, I'm just going to say no league error. So we have our case when, and then we have American League, National League. If this league over here is an AL or NL, it's going to print out no league error. Up next, you need to have end, and that ends your case statement. And now we need to name our specific column. So I'm just going to say as, and then over here, I'm going to say full league. Also, I would like to have other additional information on this output table. So the first thing I'm going to do is put over here my team. And then just to show you that it worked specifically, I'm going to also have league. And what I'm going to do, since there's going to be multiple teams over here, I'm just going to put a distinct statement. So that way this isn't printed out multiple times for, like, for example, the Angels or the Yankees. So now all I'm going to do is execute this query. So go like this, and you can see we have 6 results. So the Angels, right? American League, like that. Dodgers, National League, prints out like that. Padres, National League. Phillies, National League. Rays, American League. And Yankees, American League. Everything is proper with the specific leagues, and it shows up right here. It says no league error. Now, let's say, for example, I didn't want National League, and that'd count as a no league error. Just to show you guys specifically that this would work. You can see over here for full league, no league error on these National League teams. So when you build out your case statement, you don't need to have multiple whens. You could honestly just have one, but that's kind of how this one works over here. So I'm going to comment all of this out, and then we're going to move on to number 2. So with number 2, we're going to be taking a look at Sandy Koufax stats and declaring what's considered a good season. So I'm going to show you how this table specifically works. And this table I pulled directly from Baseball Reference. That has all the stats for Sandy Koufax from 1955 through 1966. So essentially what I would like to have is a year over here. And then also if it's a good season, which will be the next column. So what I'm counting as a good season, and it does change in baseball, but I just threw out some random numbers. 200 strikeouts, ERA under 3, and 20 wins. So for strikeouts, we're going to be looking at this SO column. For ERA, we're going to be taking a look at this ERA column over here, which is going to be a float. And then wins, we're going to be taking a look at this W column. So let's write this out. So just like before, we don't need that star anymore. We're just going to have a select, and then we're going to have over here. So what we're going to do is case when, and first we're going to take a look at strikeouts. So we're going to say SO is greater than 200. We're going to put and, we're going to take a look at ERA. So ERA is less than 3.00. And this time we're going to look at wins. So W is greater than 20. We're going to say then, in single quotes, we're going to put good season. So this makes sure that there's a return strikeouts, ERA is less than 3, and wins are over 20. Next, since this criteria won't always work, we're going to say else okay season. And we're going to say end as season type. Like that. And then just above over here, you can just put in year and we can run this. So you can see 1955 through 62 were okay seasons, 63 good season, 65 and 66 were good seasons for Sandy Koufax. And if we really wanted to, we could even build out another case statement on here for great seasons. So let's say, for example, we just want to copy this over here. And I'm going to remove this case because you only need to have that once over here. I'll just say strikeouts over 250, ERA less than 2.50, and wins greater than 25. Let's just see if there's anything that shows up. It's all good. So we need to actually change that to 20. We're going to change this over here to 15. And let's test it. We should have some good. Oh, and also the reason why it's still showing good is I still have good over there. So now that this is great, you can see great season shows for 63, 65, and 66. But this is giving my next lesson for you guys. Order matters within these case statements. So you can see like great seasons are going to show first because they have 250 wins, ERA less than 2.5, wins greater than 20. But if I switch these, watch what happens. So I'm going to run this again. And you can see that all the great seasons turned into good. Now, the reason why is like, for example, 1963, when it goes through this case statement, it looks at number 1, it satisfies specifically what's needed, and then prints out good season. When it goes to 64, satisfies this, prints out good season. They never get to that great season when over here. So make sure that your order matters when you're building these out. Otherwise, the results are not going to be correct. And just to show you guys again, once I put this over here for great season up first, and I format this a lot cleaner because I do not like the formatting on this one right now. Still fighting with me. We have 3 great seasons, 63, 65, and also 66. Let's move on to the next example. So for our third example, we're going to be taking a look at the sum of sales in states with over 10K ticket sales. And we're going to be naming them as popular states. Now, the table that I'm using is Billy Strings Tour. He's an artist that I listen to. In fact, his album is back over there. So you can see over here, we have concert number, venue. None of those really matter. City doesn't matter as well. We're going to be taking a look at state and also tickets sold. Capacity just tells you how large that venue is, and then songs played doesn't matter as well. So how we can do this specifically, I'm going to format this a little bit better. We don't need that select star. And we can actually pretty much write this in one line. So case when, And first we're going to put an aggregate function. So we're going to sum, and we're going to sum those tickets sold like that. And then when that is greater than 10,000, then we're going to put over here, yes, else, no, and end as popular state. And then also what I recommend is we need to put over here the states. And since we have an aggregate function over here, and this isn't part of an aggregate function, we need to group by that state. So group by states. Put that lowercase like that. And should work. Let's just drag that over there. And then you can see Alabama is not popular. Florida is. Mississippi, no. Ohio, no. South Carolina is. And the reason for that, if we go back into this table, and just grab that over here, is Florida sold 4,573. That's over 10. Then South Carolina sold 38, 9, and 25 over 10. But none of the other states did. Alabama has 51 there and 18. Ohio has 34, 18, and 23. And then Mississippi only had 4. So that's why only those 2 out of, I think, 5 or 6, if we go back over here. And how this is written out specifically, remember, we have our state, which we're going to be grouping by, and then we have the aggregate function. So sum of tickets sold. When that is greater than 10,000, then we're going to put yes, else we have a no, and we're ending that as a popular state. So for our fourth example, I actually want to go back to the Sandy Koufax, and I'm just going to copy this over. And this time what we're going to be doing is just doing a sum. So remember the code from earlier? We printed out the year and then the season type. Well, this time I just want to have a full-on sum of good seasons. So we don't need this grade anymore. And just to show you what this would look like with just good seasons, should have 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So the final output in this query is going to be 4. And we're going to have to figure out how to do that. Now, the easiest way is going to be adding a sum around your case statement. So first, if I'm going to rewrite this, and I'm just going to put this over here, example 4, sum of Sandy Koufax stats, right? We don't need this year. And we can start our sum over here. So sum, and then we still have the same case, right? So case when strikeouts over there, but instead of good season, we're going to put 1. And then else, we're just going to put a 0. So that way, stuff like this is all going to show up as 0. This is all going to show up as 1. But we have this aggregate function at the very top, which will sum it. So we're going to close this out after end. And then it's still going to show as season type. I'm going to change this to num of good seasons. And if you run this, you should get 4. And you do get 4. So this is pretty powerful in a sense. It summarizes that full table down below, specifically on this case statement. And instead of just printing out a string, we technically print out a 1 or a 0, and then we sum that up. So that way we get 4 over here. Hope you learned a lot in this video. If you did, make sure to subscribe, as it does help grow the YouTube channel. By the way, I have a video right over here that talks about string functions in SQL, and I think you should really study this one next.